Isaleko is a jungle. Everyone does what they must to survive.
Gangs of Lagos is yet another film about Lagos thug life with just a slight different approach from Omogete the Saga, Brotherhood, Shantytown, Passport, and others. It tells the story of three friends whose environment influences them towards thuggery, even though they believe in a better dream like being a musician, working in San Francisco, becoming a barrister, but circumstances of the environment at the long run got to them. Guys, welcome to Master's Movie Review, and as always, my name is Jiki here to give you the very best of Nollywood movie reviews. Gangs of Lagos was shot in 2019 and released on 7th April 2023. It was directed and produced by Jade Osiberu. It runs for about 2 hours, 4 minutes. It was shot in Nigeria and in Isaleko precisely. The only difference between Gangs of Lagos and other Lagos street life movies is the genuineness of the storyline with regards to the culture and the people of Isaleko. Apart from the Eyo masquerade being misrepresented as criminals. The Eyo masquerade in Yoruba culture only comes out when an important personality dies or to represent the spirit of the dead, and its appearance is seen as a sign and respect for the ancestors. The masquerade is also believed to bring good luck and blessings to the community, and its appearance is seen as a symbol of unity and solidarity among the people. Though there were some controversies of the crew of Gangs of Lagos portraying the Eyo masquerade as they did in this particular movie, but this is something we will talk about later, so stick to the end of this video. To make this movie resonate with the story and location, Jade Osiberu filmed it in Isaleko, also referred to as Lagos Island, inside Lagos Island. The same location was used in Netflix miniseries Far From Home, where Ishaya grew up. Let's get right into the performance of the actors in this particular movie, Gangs of Lagos. In short, all actors did their well, even though there were performance glitches here and there, but they did their well. So first of all, Toby Bakare as Obalola. I think it's a good cast considering Obalola looked right like a young man hoping to change his career. And secondly, Obalola's performance in this particular movie is good, but could have been better, I can say. I mean, he could not make it to San Francisco, so we needed to see him roar like the Lagos gangs, speak like the Lagos gangs, and I mean, act like the Lagos gangs, but then these particular actions were missed out from Obalola's character. Also, Kazim, acted by Rotimi Fakole, was a good cast as well. But then left to me, Pasuma's character of London should have been swapped with Rotimi. Pasuma looked more street and talked more street than Rotimi, but then acting skills-wise, I can't really tell. But still, Rotimi delivered a good performance in Kazim's character. Pasuma as London, I can say is a good cast right there. That's all I can say about London's character. Adesua Etomi as Gift. I mean, don't get me wrong, Adesua is a good actress with spectacular performance. She is no doubt one of the top Nollywood actresses willing to go in for fierce action roles. Looking at what she did in the setup and coming here, it shows that she is willing to take up stunt characters considering that she actually did physical art. But I didn't see the fight in Gift character, same as in the setup. Seriously, I can't really tell whether it's this action or stunt directors that are getting it wrong, but I think there's need for her stunt action improvement. One thing I saw in Gift here that got my attention and eventually stood out for me in this movie is the scene where she lost a close pal. I mean, Gift got my attention. She made me drop tears. It was an excellent act right there. So performance with regards to drama in this particular movie, Gangs of Lagos, Gift got my attention. But stunt action-wise, no. Moving on, Chike in Ify character. Was it a feat or it was just a search for marketable and popular trending figure? For me, it was not a great cast, but resulted in good performance. Not a great cast in the sense that his appearance looked too sweet for an Agbero guy. Resulted in good performance in the sense that his lines were well delivered with excellent expressions. You can prove me wrong in the comment section below. Chioma Chukwuka in this particular movie as Mama Ify, good speech and performance right there. Bimbo Ademoye, great acting as Tenny. Zlatan as Cash, he has a manageable performance right there. Damilola Ogunzi as Ekun, good dialogue, as I can say, good dialogue. Tayo Faniran as Nino, great performance. And not forgetting the Ikorodu boy of Gangs of Lagos, Malik Sani, who acted as Obalola Jr., good performance considering it is his first big movie. No doubt there were dynamic fight scenes, even though some weren't convincing, but Gangs of Lagos really did show a good action play out. As much as some fight scenes were good, some of them, like this particular one, really wasn't convincing at all. Some scenes like cash fight scenes with Obalola, Gift fight scenes, most of the punches were hidden. We only see the action of the person throwing the punch. Kazim was also punching like a woman. Away from the performance, let's look at cinematography and camera movement in particular. Gangs of Lagos had no special camera movement, but it had good camera angles. The camera angles was seemingly same with that of Brotherhood, only that Brotherhood DOP was Lukman Ali and Gangs of Lagos was Muyiwa Oyedele. The scene that stood out for me in this particular camera moment of Gangs of Lagos was the church scene where Mama Ife was giving her speech on the altar. The tilt camera angle communicated her speech from the point of sorrow to the aggressive point of vengeance, making her look helpless from that high angle shot to looking powerful from the low angle shot. Lighting, location, wardrobe, and special effect makeup, I can say they were all good. The film had no much issues with continuity, only for the part that Gift and Terrible went on an errand for Kazim. On this same assignment, Gift appears to be putting on two different dresses. The first one was when they were leaving for the mission, and the second one was when Terrible was leaving with a boat. In all this, the remaining characters had the same dress on them. Why? I mean, why not use the same dress all through? This is not a fashion parade, for God's sake. The VFX in this particular movie was manageable. I mean, this is because to me, the gunfire wasn't convincing. If you don't agree, go to God. What I observed in this particular movie. But then, first of all, kudos to the crew for good lighting, cinematography, a believable special effect makeup, and good locations. However, the actions were mostly not convincing. Sorry, but I have to mention this. Kash and Kazim didn't attend the storm training. I'm just kidding. But then, their punches were like that of a woman who just came out of the kitchen cooking. Secondly, I think Ekun should be the Elenio based on how the film played out. This is because Ekun, Kazim, and Nino were the three same rank guys in the hood. And again, Ekun was at the negotiating table where Kazim denied what happened between he and London in the barbershop, which means that Ekun has the reach and Obalola doesn't. Also, he has the influence to put together touts from Oshodi, Mushin, Fadeye, and all other parts of the Lagos, but Obalola doesn't. It is obviously just fair that Ekun should take over as Elenio based on how the movie played out. But the movie was only forcing us to believe that Obalola is the protagonist of the story without proper story and character development, plus a good justification. Okay, what good justification am I talking about? One, Obalola has no influence over the touts, but Ekun has. Two, Obalola has no reach, or can I say, has no seat in the table of negotiation, while Ekun has. Three, Obalola's character has no development that backs his capacity as Elenio other than driving Tenny. Unless the condition was you keep what you kill, then it's fair to keep Obalola as Elenio. Otherwise, I disagree with the argument that his father was to be Elenio, so he should bypass Ekun. The Tart of Lagos does not work by ancestral lineage, it's by influence and connection, and most importantly, by street doability. I stand to be corrected in the comment section below. Thirdly, there seems not to be a direct victory for the people based on the storyline. It's just a clear way of portraying that every government has some group of thugs they adopt to maintain operation in the unofficial aspect of their lives. We see here playing out with Obalola and the incoming governor. Fourthly, the controversies of disagreement with how the crew adopted the Ayo masquerade and how it was portrayed. I mean, the Lagos State Commissioner for Tourism expressing dissatisfaction and the Isaleko Dwellers Union threatening legal action against Gang of Lagos crew. Was it really necessary? I think it's a movie, and just like any other movie, the characters and depiction are not meant to say exactly how the people behave. For instance, in movies where armed robbers dress as pastors or bishops, does not mean pastors and bishops are criminals, right? And from the Gangs of Lagos crew perspective, the story developers in particular, I think there is a bit of rush in the movie that left out story development to consider the society from the perspective of how Ayo Masquerade really is. For a good plotting, I think there should have been a scene that establishes the Ayo Masquerade without any crime in it, portraying the joy of the tradition before bringing in the scene of those who take advantage of the Ayo Masquerade. This would have given non-Yorubas an idea of the height of crime Kazim and others committed both to the tradition and to the people by going under the masquerade as criminals. Fifthly, I think the movie lacks a huge aspect of character development. There are a lot of characters that just jumped into the scene like Cash. Where is he from and why is he even fighting? Gift, where is she from? She has no parent even though she has aspirations of becoming a barrister. What stopped her from becoming a barrister? Obalala's reason for staying back shouldn't be for the remaining two characters, Ife and Gift. Also, Ife, how did an Igbo boy become an Agbero in Lagos State? I mean, just to mention but a few, right? That Igbo boy needed some character development. Lastly, In the car hit scene where Obalola was taking Tenny home from the mall, the action sequence looked convincing, but the damage wasn't convincing at all. Look at it from this perspective. A car was hit, but the car that was run into has no scratch on it. I guess it was a crash-proof car then. I'm not saying they should have crashed what their budget cannot afford, but then at least the VFX artists are not in this particular credit list for Eba and Gary, right? Or maybe budget did not meet up with the VFX artists too. Guys, Gangs of Lagos tried to show us a bit of action with a touch of reality that happens in Lagos, only for the Ayo masquerade that was misrepresented with criminals. For more talks on Nollywood movies, subscribe to my movie channels. And guys, thank you very much for being with me to this particular end. And as always, my name is GK. See you in my next movie review. Salute.